What's up, guys? I'm Laura Jen.
And I'm Mara.
And welcome to the Soulsistas podcast. If you're new here, we like to start with a prayer every episode. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for another day. Thank you for waking us up and providing for us each day. Thank you for bringing me and Mara together today. Allow us to have a good episode and articulate ourselves well and answer these questions to the best of our abilities. Let us be entertaining and fun. And in Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
So if you're not new here, we're in a new setup. Let us know down below if you guys like this setup. I think I like this.
I think I do too. Like, it's kind of
cute. And it's comfortable. And it's a little cuter than our other setup. So let us know down below what y'all think of this today. So yeah, this episode we're doing a Q&A. We're gonna let you guys get to know us a little more. We posted a questions box on our Instagram, which will be linked down below or on the screen right here. Make sure you go ahead and follow and interact so that you can keep up and be a part of more episodes like this in the future. Yeah.
So our followers gave us some questions to answer. We kind of just want y'all to get to know us on a more personal level and kind of understand the reasons behind our podcast. Mm-hmm. What's a piece of advice you give to your younger self? Some advice I give to my younger self, I would say, like, my high school self, I would tell myself that life gets better. Just a phase in your life. Like, looking back at high school now, nothing that I went through, I'm not gonna say nothing, but for the most part, the things I went through, like, they don't matter at all today. I don't think about them. They have no impact on my life. But at that time, it felt like some of the things I was dealing with were like the end of the world. So I would just say, like, just keep pushing. Know that one day none of this is gonna matter. And I would probably emphasize to myself, like, the importance of family. Not that I didn't know, but I was very, like, full of, like, being with my friends all the time or my significant other. Probably would have pushed to be more with my family, because some of those people that were my friends or significant other are not even in the picture today. And yeah,
personally, I would say the same thing for myself. In high school and like the beginning of my college career, I would definitely say, yeah, things do get better. Everything happens for a reason, but like the things that you go through / went through, I wouldn't say I'm a completely different person. I feel like I'm still me. I still have like the same values and stuff. I'm just a little bit more mature, and I go about life and relationships a bit differently. Life was crazy, but it got me to a place today, and I'm in a much better place. And now I can yield myself to situations like that might be arising again in my life. That makes sense.
Yeah. What are your post-grad plans?
So post-graduation, I really want to, maybe not immediately. I guess I'll say like 1 to 2 years after graduation. She didn't really put a time frame on it. Yeah. But I really do want to move to a bigger city. It could still be in the same state or like just in the South in general, a bigger city with more opportunities within media, marketing, and entertainment. And really go from there. But the opportunities will arise. I definitely want to use my degree specifically. I don't want to end up graduating and then becoming a manager at damn Michael's or something.
That's real. I want to be successful after grad.
That part.
I do like have some ideas of where I want to be. I just don't want to speak on too much right now, but I just want to be successful. I do want my degree to be put to use, like you said, and they're up here. I just don't want to put them out here just yet. So
that's real. I just want to be successful.
Okay, I think we answered this before, but your first impression of each other.
Did we? Oh yeah, I think in like our first episode.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of hype. How was that?
Yeah, first impression. I did say this before, but she was very shy and like timid.
Did you really think that though when you very first saw me?
Like before we said anything to each other?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just like, oh she's pretty and she's new, so yeah, let me go talk to her.
When do you think I was shy though?
When we first started talking, you are pretty shy, like reserved. Yeah.
Like, what was I doing that
I don't know, it's just like you could just tell like somebody's shy from talking to them, like mannerism. You just seem like a little more reserved than everybody else was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, me. I think I thought that you were like the opposite. I thought she was very friendly. Like she came over and she was like, "Oh, hey, this your first day too," and kind of introduced conversations. Like, okay, she's cool. Like she's friendly. And we exchanged social media and stuff. Other than that, I didn't really have like too many thoughts like that day because it was like the first day I just met her. But I mean, it was a good first impression because I'm like, okay, this is somebody like she's cool. Like none of the other girls really were. I mean, of course they were training us and they were having some conversations, but they weren't like really starting conversations or making it anything bigger than work related. So I liked her because she was like talking to me on some other stuff. All right. How many tattoos and piercings do you guys have, and what are their meanings?
I have one tattoo on my thigh, and really it was just an impulsive decision at the time, but I gave it my own meaning. So I gave her I gave her my own meaning. She's like a little ghetto Medusa. She's like my own version of Medusa, like a butterfly, like her eyes, and then the rest of her face is like a butterfly face. And yeah, she's really cool. I don't regret getting her at all. She's cute, and thankfully it wasn't an ugly decision because I would have had to live with that big ass shit on my on my leg for the rest of my life. But yeah.
Piercings?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. See, if y'all would have met me a couple years ago, I was like, I got like 15 piercings. But really, now all I have is my septum and my nose, and I guess my ears, if that counts. But I will tell y'all how many piercings I did used to have. So I had the other side of my nose pierced, as well as my septum and this side pierced too. And then I had my Medusa, which is right here at the top of my lip. That was a cute little era. And then I used to have my tongue pierced, and then I used to have my nipples pierced. But I'm a changed woman.
Why? You never had your belly button?
Because I had like an Audi. Well, it's starting to become an innie, but I guess I'm getting big. But yeah.
I'll start with piercing. So right now I have both nostrils. I have my cartilage pierced. I have 3 ear holes on both ears. I have the Ashley piercing on my lip. That's it. I did used to have my belly button pierced, and I used to have my tongue pierced. The tongue piercing was just like, it was just too much going on for me because it was the snake eyes, so I would like bite down on the balls and stuff all the time, or they would come off, and I normally keep long nails, so it would be so hard for me to put it back on. Or like I would be working or something, so I would just be holding the ball in my teeth like until I could get to a moment where I could actually put it back. Like it was just too much going on. My belly button, I do regret letting that one close, but I think at the time I was working at Walmart and I was doing a lot of walking like for my job, and I would have to wear jeans to work, so like the jeans would like irritate the belly piercing because they would sit on it. So I think I took it out one day and I just didn't put it back in for like a long time, and then it closed. So whenever I went back to it, it was already closed. Tattoos, this is my first tattoo. I want to say I was like 17 when I got this. I don't regret it though. Like I don't think I regret any of my tattoos. This one, and then I have like a tattoo on my lower leg / ankle. It's the year I was born and some butterflies. I got that, I don't know, maybe my 3rd. Then on my back I have like 3 butterflies, probably one of my favorite tattoos. And then on the side I have a tattoo that says, "She who kneels before God can stand before anyone." And then I have this one. This one is probably, okay, if I regret any, I would say this one, but I don't regret this one. I just wish like, I think it could just be a little bit neater. That's the only thing I would say. but it's patience and it's peace. I mean, patience and happiness, I think, anyway. This is the only one that like kind of had more meaning to it. I got this like during like a very like depressing time period of my life. I don't know, those two words were just like what I just was striving for at the time. Happiness and patience, like believing that I was going to get to a good place. So that's it. Yeah, the butterflies, they were just cute. Roses was just cute. You know, everything was just cute. And I still like them. I do want to get more tattoos. Oh no, I have a dragon on my foot. I forgot about that one. But yeah, those were just cute. Those were just for the aesthetic. I do want more tattoos. I think the next time I get a tattoo is probably going to be a big piece. And I want somebody to like design it for me, like draw it up. And I'm just not in a rush, I would say. But yeah, tips for the girls with anxiety but want to put themselves out there.
Just do it, because honestly, whatever, obviously if you're inquiring, putting yourself out there, even though you have anxiety, I feel like that's an indication that there's something on the other side of being anxious. So I mean, just do it, because what's the worst that could happen? People don't like you, people don't like what you have to say, people don't like what you have to put out there. I mean, good for them, but what about the people who do like what you have to put out there? What about the people who love what you have to put out there? Like, there's a balance out there. So people are gonna love it, people are gonna hate it, but if you feel called to do that and put yourself out there, then you just have to do it. I don't feel like there's any sugarcoating or a better way to say it. Like, you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real. She gave me this advice personally when I wanted to start kind of like getting serious on TikTok. Granted, I don't be posting up there now, but I was very consistent like for probably like a month, maybe like a month and a half too, something like that. But I mean, yeah, that's real, y'all. I have really bad anxiety, like regular anxiety, social anxiety, but I have things that I want for myself, things that I want to do, so I have to think about the bigger picture. Like, yeah, I could be scared. I could have like a billion thoughts in my mind before I post a video, but the video could blow up. You know what I mean? Or I could be saying something that could really be helping somebody elsewhere. Like, I feel like you said, I have this in my heart. I have this longing for making content for a reason. So I'm just kind of like, you gotta just push through all your fears and just do it. Like you said, the worst that can happen is somebody's just not gonna like your video. I know there's some people, and I noticed this is more like common, I would say, on Instagram. A lot of times your followers are people you know, rather than platforms like TikTok. Like, you might have like more so strangers. I feel like it's a lot more scarier on Instagram. And it's crazy, because you would think the people that follow you and that you follow, like, you actually care about them, you fuck with them, whatever, but those are the ones that you get the most judgment from. But who cares? Because if you blow up, like who's gonna care about what those friends or family members, whatever, thought about you? Like, you're gonna be doing you. And the people that are up there and they have blown up and they have this big following, they might have had those thoughts at one time too, but they still pushed through because they had bigger goals. So just do it.
Yeah, because when you blow up, you could look back and be like, damn, if I never started, then I would have never got to this place. Like, if I would have just been in my head and kept conceptualizing, like, or caring what other people think, it'll never get you to where you know that you can be.
Yeah, so where you want to be. That's where you want to be. So you have to, there's like anything in life, like not even just the content world. Like, so I'm not going to speak on too much what I have planned for like after college or everything like that, but there's like doors that are opening up for me that I know are gonna cause me to have to like say F the anxiety. Like, it's getting to that point where it's like I have to grow up. And I'm not saying like, you know, it's anything wrong with having anxiety, because it happens to the best of us, but there are like doors I'm asking God to open for me, but when he opens those doors for me, I have to go through them. Like, I cannot just be too scared, too timid, whatever, to walk through those doors. If I want more for myself, I have to let it go. I have to just do it. Like, yeah, like Nike.
Yeah, and on top of that situation, consult with God. Like, you just go to God, ask him to give you the courage.
And when you have God on your side, like, nobody else matters. Like, God is literally on your team. Like, it don't matter who you're playing against, your followers, your actual friends, whatever. Like, you literally have God on your side.
Exactly.
What inspired the Soul Sisters podcast?
Soul Sisters, I mean, for me personally, I just like to yap and I like making content, and I actually found it hard to, I'll say it was kind of hard to do it by myself, like to be consistent, but not have an accountability partner. And then when we met, she kind of explained that she was into content and stuff like that, and I didn't really have any other friends like that. I mean, I don't have friends, any other friends, period, but I didn't have any other friends like that who were like on the same wavelength as me, like when it comes to like similar aspirations. So I was like, yeah. And I said it before. I was like, we should start a podcast, because one day we was just talking. I was like, we should start a podcast. And you kind of were just like, yeah.
I don't remember saying that. Like as you said, I'm like, what?
And then you came back around. You was like, we should start a podcast. I was like, yes, yes.
Yes. I do not remember that. I must not have been listening.
But yeah, and I will also say there is this podcast called the Poor Minds Podcast, and I really like them because it's just like two homegirls talking, and I've been watching them for a while, and I feel pretty inspired by them. So yeah.
Okay. Were we drinking when you said that?
Girl, I don't remember.
We have to we will have conversations when we're drunk or drinking, and most of the time is you don't be remembering the conversation. But that must have been, I do not remember you saying that. Like, I know for me, so do you know who Chicago Hottie is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so like Chicago Hottie, I'm not sure if this is how she blew up, but this is how I like found out about her. She would like just speak on current events, like DDG, Hallie, whatever. Like, she would just speak on her opinion about it, and that's kind of how she gained her, her followers, from what I know anyway. I don't know if she was already doing stuff before that. But like, I don't know, like even in high school or early college, whatever, like when I was on Snapchat, I would always just talk about random stuff in my private story. Like anything I just had an opinion on, I would just like vent in there, like just talk about it or whatever, say my opinion about it. Honestly, I was never really into the podcast world. I've always been into like YouTube videos, but I mean, some of them have very similar concepts, like you're sitting down talking. But yeah, I like to do that, and I think we've just had conversations about like different things, and I like talking to my friends about different things, because just to kind of get their opinion on it. I would say that we share a lot of like similar opinions. We do have like our differences. So yeah, like she said, I just wanted to like talk about stuff together. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much where it came from. I feel like
it also makes it better, like for us to like have a conversation, whereas like just straight up talking to a camera. And I really do commend people who can like do that, like talk to the camera and like hold conversation. But I just find it easier to do it this way. And then on top of like basically the foundations of Soulsistas, I forgot what we have in our bio, but like keeping it real about growing with God, current events, and more. So yeah, I feel like those are basically like what our friendship is based on. Like God and talking about, that's what we talk about. We don't really like gossip about people that we know and stuff, but like stuff that's going on, we will like send TikToks or like, oh, you seen this, and we'll talk about stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I would say inspired Soulsistas.
That's what I was kind of saying a little bit. Like, I think we have like similar values. Like we value a lot of the same things, so I felt like it was good for us to do it together. Also, like just talking about the whole anxiety thing, like I will make videos here and there, but not out of tender going to my private or my close friends. Like I'm not just up here talking about, I'm not doing a whole lot of talking on my TikTok. I'm probably just gonna do like a little vlog or look what I got, like stuff like that. So it's definitely more comfortable to do it with somebody, and I already knew like she's into media content, so I'm like, yeah, let's do it together. Like, I know. God brought us together for a reason, so
that part. Okay, so next question is, where do we see Soulsistas in the future? I want all the things for Soulsistas. Like, I want us to have our own podcast studio, our own editing team, just everything, and like, I don't know, maybe recognition, hosting, having live shows, or doing pre-shows for entertainment, like the Grammys and stuff like that. Like, I want all the things for Soulsistas.
What is your ideal date? Like, date be?
maybe like a day trip somewhere. Well, I guess I'll do like if it's warm or something, because yeah, that would be ideal for it to be warm. So a day trip, maybe to like a beach or that type of city, going out, of course eating and getting drinks, and just walking around, seeing the scenery, getting dessert, but like maybe going to different places for each, like going to get something to eat and then like going to get drinks somewhere else and then going to get dessert somewhere else, and then an activity, like maybe it doesn't matter, it could be any activity. Maybe
I think mine would be like a day full of like events. So in the morning I wake up, breakfast in bed, some flowers, but like either he leaves after I get my breakfast, or like I want to say he's not there when I get my breakfast, but then how would I get it, like if he's not there? So breakfast in bed, I guess he leaves off and I go in the kitchen to like put my dishes away, and it's like, oh, there's money on the counter, and it's like, yeah, go get your hair done. There's a box with the outfit, like specifically, it's what I want you to wear tonight, like da. So when I go to my appointment, come home, he's like, be ready by 8 or ready by whatever the dinner time is, y'all, 7. It's gonna be a black truck outside to pick you up. I go to the truck, boom, I'm at the restaurant, we eat really good. After the restaurant, you know, we get back in the black truck, then we just go to the airport. There's like a private
This nigga said a date. This nigga's about to go on vacation.
I said a day. Like, it's a whole day of event. So it's like a private jet.
Where y'all going? If it's already dinner time.
And then we just go out of town. Like, I don't know where we're going. Like, it's up to him to surprise me. But
that's
my dream ideal. I mean, like, y'all, realistically, I'm not hard to satisfy. Like, I like regular chill stuff, but if I'm thinking big, like go big or go home, like, yeah, I would love that. And I love going out of town. So, yeah.
Have you ever gotten in a fight?
I've never got into like a fight as an adult. I would say I got into, like, my last time fighting was probably like middle school. But I don't really count. I mean, I guess like, yeah, that's a fight, but I don't count that for real, because I feel like high school and up, adult life, no. I don't really be in mess. Like, I feel like if I like fight somebody, it's gonna probably be like something to do with my family, like defending like my brothers or something like that. I don't see myself just fighting. Like, I might not say I wouldn't though. Like, if the opportunity presents itself and I need to, I'm not gonna not do it. But I'm not like, I don't be in mess, and I wouldn't fight over no nigga. This girl did try me one time at this fucking restaurant when I was with my nigga, and we almost fought, but she didn't want to fight me. She wouldn't come outside. But other than that, like, I don't really be in no mess. I don't be in no situations where I would need to fight. But it happens, or like defending my friends or some shit like that. I feel like, you know what? That's where I would fight. Probably defend. 9 out of 10, it would be like over, like with my friends or my family. Just me, I'm not an angry person. I don't really get angry. It takes me a lot for me to get angry. But I could probably tell you like 2 times I've actually been angry.
I've been in a fight one time in middle school, and I was hanging out with this girl, and she had brothers, and you know how kids just used to be outside, like going to each other's houses. She had a trampoline, so like her spot would be like the hangout spot, and her brothers were assholes. I went over there one day, and one of their friends were there too, and we were playing on the trampoline and stuff, and they were just shit talking. But then, I don't know, it started getting serious. Their friend, he called me an N-word. Mind you, isn't nobody black except for me on this trampoline. So he called me the N-word with the hard ER. So I don't remember. I just remember jumping across that trampoline and whooping his ass. And that was that.
How many times have you had your heart broken?
How many times have I had my heart broken? Lord. I would say a good 3 times. Of me getting like my heart broken. Now, I've been hurt way more times than that. But
like just straight up broke, like you can't eat, sleep.
Yeah. My first time getting my heart broken, well, no, I'm not gonna count that because that was like middle school.
Did your heart hurt though? Like, was it broke?
I guess, but it wasn't really like No,
See,
look back
I
at
feel
that, it's like
when you get older, when you have other experiences, you look at those experiences as nothing. But in that moment, you probably felt like that was like, you probably felt the same pain that you would feel now, but to the limit that it could be at that time, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I'll say 4 times then. So in middle school, that was the first time. That was my first like puppy love. Second time in high school, oh my gosh, that was like, I thought he was my first love, but it was really just me having attachment issues and him being an asshole. I never like caught him, like had hardcore evidence of him cheating or doing me dirty. However, it was more of like an intuition thing, and then like after we broke up, like people would come tell me, and I'm just like, why didn't y'all tell me this while we was like, and yeah. But funny thing is, like around last year, the devil was working hard when I got into my relationship that I'm in now, because around last year, my ex, the one that I'm telling y'all about from high school, he gonna hit me up and just like, you know, I was just wrong, and you were the first woman that, or the first girl that ever showed me true love and wasn't doing me dirty, and I did you dirty, and blah blah blah. I was like, respectfully, nigga, I was like 15, 16, and I'm finna be 22. Like, I'm 22 now. Like, come on now. And then I met another dude, but I'm not gonna go too in detail about that because that's a crazy story. But just know he wasn't shit either. He had a girlfriend the whole time. And oh my gosh, and that actually goes back to what you sent me about Ari. Yeah, thank the Lord for growth. But that's my story times on getting my heart broke. Situations go a little bit deeper than what I explained, but I guess we'll get into the nitty gritty of that another day. Yeah.
Alright, if I count, I would say maybe 5. Let me just go down memory lane right quick. So my second boyfriend, my first boyfriend, I never really liked him like that. He like he's the first boy I ever like talked to on the phone and all this other stuff. And he pretty much was always like between me and another girl at my school at the time. So yeah, that was my first heartbreak. Like, it was just like a whole fiasco. Multiple situations like that I went through with him, or like different things, like not always my fault. That's the only thing I'll take accountability for, because the other shit was just like, he was just a nigga. So yeah. But that was my first heartbreak, y'all. And then my second heartbreak, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, we went through some shit. Like, it's like, to be in high school, I used to go through some shit. But definitely our last breakup, we both played a role of breaking up, and I definitely did it more than him. I don't know why I'd be like that. I'm still like that to this day. Like, I'd be so quick to break up, to get back together. But even back then, like, the shit was not deep enough to break up over that. That's just my go-to card. Like, okay, let's break up. Like, I don't know why. Boom. So that summer, at the end of that year, we ended up getting back together. And that summer we broke up. And whenever, like, I'm thinking we're gonna rekindle stuff how we always do, he really wasn't going for it. And that's when I was like really heartbroken. Like, for real. Like, that summer, I was going through it. Number 3 is actually insane. Like, if you know, you know. But number 3 broke my heart in high school. So he was a senior when I was a junior. I think I first ever talked to him my sophomore year when he was a junior, because this was that period of time where me and my boyfriend had broke up. And I always had a big crush on him. I don't know why. Like, I just had the biggest crush on this man. And like, so when my friend at the time, like, I always told her, like, oh my god, he's so cute, like, you know, like, put me on. So she did, and we started talking or whatever. But we didn't date until his senior year, my junior year. He was just a dog. Like, he was just horny, just being a nigga, and I like really loved him. I was so in love with this man. Why, I couldn't tell you, because he did not get me enough to be in love with him. But at the time, yeah, they got to a point where I guess he was just like, I'm not gonna just keep lying to her. So he broke up with me, and I was so hurt. When I be hurt, y'all, I be hurt. But I was so hurt by this shit.
Grandma not mad. Grandma just
I swear. So it was that one. And then I dated this guy. I'm not really gonna count that as a heartbreak. I was definitely hurt behind it, but no, I'm lying, because I definitely was heartbroken. Long story short, he was like doing some bullshit. So we broke up. I didn't stop talking to him, but I stopped dating him. And he kind of played with me like during that period of time. And then I found out that he had a girlfriend. eventually, like when he went back to school after that summer, he ended up having a girlfriend. I did go to that girl as a woman. We're gonna have this conversation on our next episode, so we can both tell our part about that. So it was that whole thing, y'all. I was depressed, and then I met this nigga going through that depression, y'all. I'm like, fuck niggas. I'm not talking to no other man. I wasn't even talking to my friends during this time because I was so sad. I was at work. That's it. Oh, then there's one more nigga. This was like the shortest relationship I ever had in my life. It was 1 month, but I was so hurt because he played me so bad. Like, he was fucking with like 2 other girls at the same time. And when I tell you, me and this man were together not all day, but every single day. Just like when I was hearing these stories about the shit he was doing, I could not figure out the timeline. And when you had all this time to do all this shit and where the fuck I was at, how I just missed all the signs. Like, but that really hurt me. I think it hurt me the most because it was just so unexpected. Like, he just did not seem like the type.
What inspired your relationship with God?
I feel like when I was younger, I've always kind of, I don't want to say like this, but been more serious about God. Like, I would say, okay, we went to church, and you know, I feel like when people are younger and they go to church, they go because they have to. But I feel like around maybe like 4th grade, 5th grade, I remember some of our family coming down from Virginia, and I used to always lead prayer. Like, I don't know like how that came about or whatever, but like I would always lead prayer, and I remember them always like talking so highly about that. Like you're so young, and you're like, you know, the way that you pray is so like advanced for your age, and like you seem so passionate about it and all that good stuff. And I don't know, like I've just always been like that. I would say probably around like 9th and 10th and 11th, 12th grade, I kind of just wasn't giving God any attention. I would say not that I ever stopped praying or anything like that. I didn't go to church. I just wasn't giving God any attention. Maybe like 2nd year. I was just kind of struggling. I would say more so financially than anything else. Like maybe my mental health a little bit. But I would pray for things, and I feel like whenever I prayed for things, and maybe not like this, but things would happen for me. Like my life was moving, I would say. And I felt like that was nobody but God, because I literally prayed to God and asked for these things, and I wasn't perfect. I was not spending time with him. I was not going to church. I was not giving him no attention outside of those prayers and me asking for stuff. But when I did that, he came through, and that kind of made me feel like, you know, you deserve the praise. You deserve for me to spend more time with you, more intimate time with you. I think my first time ever doing a fast was like a year or 2 ago. And I feel like I just got so much clarity out of that fast. Like there were so many things I was so hesitant about and just didn't know. Like so many questions I had, and then like immediately after the fast, I just felt like a sense of clarity over everything in my life. And I just felt like I want to feel like that forever. Like I want to be connected to him forever. I want to be able to call on him for anything and feel like my prayers are going to be answered, or I have somebody that is watching over me and taking care of me. So
I'll say that God's definitely always been in my life, and his presence has always just been there, even when, like I said, I wasn't really paying him any attention or giving him the attention that I should have. But I'll say what really sparked it was like in my beginning years of college. I was going through a really dark time, and it was like I tried everything, nothing was fulfilling me. And then I was like talking to God and seeing him just move in my life, really just opened my eyes to like, okay, I need to like really lock in on this relationship with him, because like even when I didn't deserve it, he was always there and always protecting me and answering prayers that I didn't even know were prayers, like just seemed like thoughts. So yeah, that's what's inspired me to take God seriously. Like I've always known of God, but I didn't really know God like how I do now.
I hope that y'all had the opportunity to get to know us a little bit better on a more personal level. If you do have any other questions, y'all can always DM us on at Soulsistas the pod on Instagram, also our TikTok. Follow us, y'all, interact, comment. Like I said, anything y'all, questions y'all have about us, anything y'all want us to speak on our episodes, just let us know in our DMs.
Don't be shy, y'all. We do thank those who did send in questions. And those who watch and are supporting us right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love y'all, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
We didn't do the whatchamacallit affirmation.
Oh shit. Okay. My affirmation is rich in peace, rich in wealth, and rich in abundance.
And my affirmation is you are enough.
Period. All right, y'all. See y'all. Bye.